Let's go. Is DeFi dead? Can DeFi survive? How does this work? Okay, how does DeFi even work? This is important questions, because right now we have banks collapsing. Do we want to put our money in the banks? What's an alternative? Well, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and decentralized finance. With decentralized finance, what we can do, we can trade different cryptos for other cryptos. That's how this works. But how does this work? Because you've heard about yield farming, maybe. You've heard about, how to make extra interest. We become the banks instead of putting our money with banks that are using our money to make all this money, and we don't even get anything out of it. Usually, oftentimes, sometimes we even got to pay fees to a bank to have a checking account, different things like that. What's up, Starbuck? Okay, important questions. Well, how can DeFi survive? How can DeFi sustain itself? How it works is, let's say, for example, here we've got Pancake Swap. There's Trader Joe. There's all different blockchains, Ethereum. There's Uniswap is the biggest one. Okay, and with Uniswap, now we all hate Uniswap because the Ethereum fees are crazy. That's why we have these layer 2 solutions, Ethereum layer 2 solutions, okay, such as the Binance Smart Chain right here, Pancake Swap. And how's this work? Well, you provide, for example, Binance coin, and then also Ethereum, and then you pair them together, and that's called a liquidity pair. Then you can deposit, oftentimes, like with Pancake Swap here, you can deposit that liquidity pair and yield farm, okay? And it's beautiful, it's fun, but here's the problem. What are you earning? So first of all, just by pairing 2 tokens together, you're making a little bit of the trading fees are small. It's like 0.2% trading fees. That's all you got to pay. Okay. And then sometimes with a lot of these DEXs, decentralized exchanges, okay, that are now more advanced, they're called automated market makers. Okay. And I'll explain this. So a lot of times, though, these platforms will charge maybe an extra little fee on top of that, and maybe it's 0.3% of a fee for every trade that you do. So you've got Ethereum on the Binance Smart Chain, which we could get into that too. It's like a different form. It's like Ethereum that's bridged to the Binance Smart Chain. There's risk there, okay? But let's say you've got Ethereum, and then you've got Binance coin. You can pair those together and earn interest on every trade. We'll earn the fees on every trade. Then on top of that, if you take that liquidity pair, which becomes a liquidity token, so to speak, and then you can plug that in and yield farm it. What do you earn? And sometimes you'll get 100% interest. Or, I've had pools before where we made 100,000% interest on these things a lot of times. And so here's the problem. Does that become sustainable? Can that sustain itself? Because if you're in this case with Pancake Swap, you're earning the cake token as interest. And what do we need the cake token for? So here's what we need in DeFi and yield farming specifically. First of all, are those trades, the little percent that you make on the trades, that is largely due to the liquidity. Is there enough liquidity to do these trades that won't impact the price too much? Price impact. Price is volatility. Volatile here in crypto. It's crazy. Okay, so when that happens, if there's not enough liquidity, that's why most of these things become kind of Ponzinomic. They don't last. And here's why. Because people are not incentivized enough to pair the 2 tokens. Okay, there's not much they're getting out of it at some point. And if you're earning, then yield farming, earning, let's say, cake tokens, Trader Joe has the Joe token, okay, different things out there. If there's not utility for Joe or for cake, then what do we need them for? Well, and they've been working on that. You can migrate now to Pancake Swap version 3, okay? With Uniswap, which is the OG, original one here, they don't have a whole lot of yield farming there. A lot of times it might be the founders of the project deposit a whole bunch of liquidity and just let it go. They leave it there. That way that there's sufficient liquidity, because what happens a lot of times, you'll find in a lot of these different blockchains, a lot of different things going on, if everyone pulls out the liquidity out of there and you're left holding the bag and you try, sometimes you can't trade that coin. Maybe the blockchain is dying, different things happen, and you're kind of left holding the bags. You got to be careful with decentralized finance. A lot of times, like for example, I had Avalanche stuck over there on the Solana blockchain, I remember, and I ended up having to trade like 18 AVAX tokens and got like $5 out of it. And it's probably better now. That was when the sky was falling on Solana. There just wasn't liquidity anywhere for the Avalanche token, that version of the Avalanche token on Solana. This is where we got to be careful in decentralized finance. Okay, but there's others such as Pancake Swap has kind of proven itself to sustain for a much longer period of time. It hasn't died off. It's still here, baby. We can still get in here. You can earn. Now, are the farms as good as what they used to be? Well, not bad. 27% interest. Plus, on top of that, you're getting the trading fees between Cake and BNB. Then you have Cake BUSD at 26%. You got Cake USDT at 47%. That's even better. BNB BUSD 28%. That's pretty good. Okay, and it tells you right here, global APR calculated using the total amount of active and stake liquidity. The pool Cake rewards emissions APR for individual positions may vary depending on the price range settings. There's different calculations with how they're coming up with this number here of 28.46% interest. It's kind of a little complex. Like here's wrapped B ETH. That's like Binance ETH wrapped with a different ETH. I think that's actually Ethereum, possibly. I think they're able to kind of do it cross-chain now. Maybe, I'm not totally sure how, they're trying to evolve and get more cutting edge with these things. But one of the biggest things is, how can we make utility for the Cake token, for example? Well, they try to do that. There's different things they've done. Okay. And also what they're doing is a portion, a very small portion of the trading fees will also go into providing some of these APRs and some of these different setups. Also, they give strong incentives to stake the Cake. Okay. So where does the incentive come from for anybody out there to buy Cake? Why would we ever want to buy Cake? That's what you have to ask yourself. Anytime you're getting into decentralized finance, you want to ask yourself, why do I need this yield token, the token that I'm earning, if I'm going to try and participate in decentralized finance? How, why is it worth it? If it's not worth it, nobody's going to want to do it. No one's going to want to put, pair up their tokens and put it in here, because, you might, there's risk to it as well. So there has to be enough incentive here. And if you're earning a token that's a Ponzinomic token, okay, that's eventually everything that you're earning will dry up and go to zero. And I've seen that in all kinds of different platforms out there. And there's all different kinds of solutions to it. I'll do more videos on it, more in depth in the future. Conceptually, that's the first question. If there's not incentive to do this, and these APRs are overblown, not real, not legit, it's based off the earning token. Is there utility? Is there ever going to be a reason why someone wants to buy the Cake? Well, and they've tried to do that. If you stake the Cake, you put it in there, they give incentive where you can get better APR. You can vote a lot of times on the protocol on Pancake Swap. You could then vote on different proposals, different things they're trying to do. Okay. And so think of this period of time that we're in. It's like building blocks. We're building. We're building, okay? And as time goes on, we'll be able to figure this out and hopefully make this sustainable. Otherwise, we're in trouble. We got to go back to the banks. We don't want to go back to the banks. I mean, that's magic internet money in the banks. They print money out of thin air. Okay. And if they lose all their money and they can't get people their money back, the government's like, oh, no worries. We got you. We got you, baby. We'll just print out some more magic fake money out of thin air and we'll just keep working our game. That we want to get out of that, right? We want to get in here to decentralized finance, baby. It's beautiful. It's magical, but it oftentimes doesn't sustain itself. It oftentimes doesn't work. Okay, so I've got a couple solutions here that's even better than Pancake Swap. Ooh, better than Trader Joe. Okay, there's other decentralized DEXs out there, automated market maker. Real quick, an automated market maker is, here's what it is. There's all kinds of pools in here when you're scrolling. There's several that obviously the Binance coin is like the main coin on the Binance Smart Chain. And it has tons of utility. Always in crypto, you want to ask yourself, why do I need this token? What's the utility? What's the use case for the coin? Or is it just pure speculation? Okay, but as we scroll through here, there's all different kinds of pairings. We got a pairing here with USDT and Champ, whatever Champ token is. You've got all kinds of stuff. There's BNB and then another form of BNB. Here's BNB and UNW, whatever that is. BNB and MGP, AXL, USDT. Here's another one with USDT. Okay, what the automated market maker does is if you have BNB and you have Ethereum in one pool, and then BNB and USDT and BNB and all these other coins, what the automated market maker does is if you're trying to sell Ethereum for and get some BNB, okay, you got some Ethereum, you want to sell it, trade it into BNB right here on the DEX where it says swap. You come in here, okay, or maybe that Champ token. You got that Champ token and you want to buy up some cake with it. Well, what if there's not a liquidity pair with Champ token and cake? Or what if there's no volume in there and all the volume for the Champ token is in a different pool? You know, maybe that's with Champ and BNB instead of Champ and cake. Okay, well, it'll route it through different things. So maybe if I'm selling my Champ token and I want to buy some cake, what it might do is sell that Champ token into BNB, and then from the BNB, now you've got BNB, and then it buys the cake. So it's not directly from Champ into cake in that scenario. It might route it through different routers, and it gives you the best possible market buy on these. That's what the automated market makers are the way to go, instead of like kind of your original DEX. And then we have DEXs that essentially what they do is they look at all of the different DEXs combined, like a DEX aggregator, and it finds the best deals between all the different exchanges. It's so fun, and it's progressively gotten more cutting edge, better. They're trying to make, you know, the legit projects out there, such as Pancake Swap, they're trying to make it sustainable, last long term. Okay, well, and they're doing a good job, I would say. I mean, you look at it now, cake is still way down from its all-time high, but hey, it's still here. Believe it or not, most of these DEXs out there and all these different blockchains out there are dead. You know, they've literally gone to zero because there's no utility for the earning token. Well, why am I such a big fan of DeFi Kingdoms, baby? Here's how DeFi Kingdoms works. DeFi Kingdoms, okay, you've got different coins. They're on two different blockchains. They're a DEX. First and foremost, DeFi Kingdoms is a DEX, but also it's a super hardcore, complex game, phenomenal game, big brains, and you have these hero NFTs. You get in there, you play the game, okay, and They're partnered with Wisdom Labs, all kinds of things going. Okay, and here's the thing. You can buy some Bitcoin. You can buy some Ethereum. They're on the Klaytn blockchain, and they have their own Avalanche subnet blockchain. They have their own blockchain, the DFKChain, DeFi Kingdoms chain. Okay, you can get in there. You can get some Bitcoin. You can get some Klaytn token. You can get some Avalanche. You can get in there and get some Ethereum, some different coins out there, USDC, USDT. Okay, and then you can earn yield farm. You can get your Jewel and pair that with Bitcoin, or like on the DFK chain, you can get your Bitcoin and pair it with USDC. That's a great pair. Okay, well, and then what are you earning? You're earning the in-game power token that's called either Jade or Crystal, depending on which realm you're in. If you're on the Klaytn blockchain, you're earning Jade. If you're on the DFK chain, you're earning Crystal. Well, do we need Jade? Do we need Crystal? What's the utility for that? Well, I'll tell you what, there's it's a hardcore community. Now this community, this project almost died because it was originally on HaMaN, and HaMaN had this terrible bridge hack, and it killed most of the projects on there. There's a couple few that did survive. DeFi Kingdoms is one of them because they've got such a strong, phenomenal team that's grinding. They're developing out their game. They're developing out all the utility within the ecosystem all over the place. And it's so fun. I love it. DeFi Kingdoms. Well, here's the deal. This is Crystal Vale. Let's get off the Binance Smart Chain. Let's get on here. Let's come to the DFKChain. Okay. And so you can come in here and come to the trader in the marketplace. Okay. And within this trader, you can make the trades. It's just another fork. It's just like all of them, just like Pancake Swap. They're all forks of Uniswap. Okay. They took that technology, and Uniswap has just been the front runner. All the decentralized exchanges pretty much have just kind of gone off what Uniswap has done. And Uniswap is like the real hero. But why do we even need the Uniswap token? That's what you got to ask yourself. The Uniswap token, came in airdrops. Just like, why do we need the ARB token? Why do we need the Arbitrum token? What is that used for? It's like all speculative trading. Now, there's no doubt that they're more and more trying to create utility and use for those tokens. Okay. In this case, there's several of us, like right now, we've got all these big summoning events to summon heroes together to make more NFT heroes. What do you got to have? You got to have Jade. You got to have Crystal. That's the earning token in the DEX. And if you want to hatch eggs and get pets, NFT pets, and it's real fun and in-depth, complex ecosystem. But here's all you need to know if you want to do some yield farming. Get in here. You can put some of your Bitcoin, some of your Ethereum, okay, some of your different coins out there, and you can pair them together. And you know that you're earning a token that actually has all kinds of utility. And not only that, not only does it have all kinds of utility, they've got phenomenal burning mechanics happening with those tokens. Like, for example, there's only ever going to be 250 million crystal tokens. Well, not that long, we've already burned about 1.7 million of those crystal tokens, and that more burning happening every day. Jewel is the main token you want to own within this ecosystem. Okay. And that's actually deflationary phenomenal token. Okay. I'm so bullish. Jewel's actually, believe it or not, I don't necessarily recommend this, but Jewel's my number one crypto holding. I even own more value in Jewel than I do in Bitcoin or Ethereum, which, those are probably my 2 and 3. Probably. I don't know. Maybe it's the weight token, the hourglass weight token, all kinds of things going on in crypto. It's so fun. It's so exciting. But here, okay, there's other DEXs out there, such as Mind Games. Ogre was on yesterday. It's another game, and you earn it's the governance token, and it's the in-game utility token. You got to use that token to summon. So people, gamers that want to come in and play this game, I believe DeFi Kingdoms, for example, will be an e-sport level game, baby. it's genius, it's big brains, it's brilliant. So people that don't even care about crypto, I think are gonna eventually want to come in here and play this game. And when the adoption comes back into this ecosystem, when this game is fully out there, fully launched, right now you can play it a little bit. It's a test net, it's a test mode. You got to own some Jewel. There's endless utility for Jewel all over the place. And so the deal is with this game, you know, it's this pixel art. A lot of people don't like it, but as you examine it more and more, you'll begin to become a lover of this art as well. The NFTs, just holding the NFTs, they are the most complex NFTs of all NFTs out there in crypto. Okay, and when the time comes and this game gets fully released, which is going to be soon, they're working on it. They've got so much completed. Well, we're going to have combat PvP, combat PvE. Okay. And other things, crafting, all these other utilities. It's got this whole, in and of itself, this ecosystem has its own in-game economy. It's phenomenal. It's so fun. Okay. And I think people that don't even care about the crypto side of it are going to want to come in here. It'll be an esport level game. It's big brains. It's really fun. Okay. It's not like Super Mario Brothers where you have a remote control and you're playing like that. It's more like a chess type game. It's more like a Dungeons and Dragons, just like Dragons Crossing, baby. Same thing, except that they're not a DEX. They kind of cut all of that out. But this is so important. They're going to have to get their token on a DEX so we can trade it, right? And if decentralized finance can't sustain itself, that's a problem. Now they, as a team, they're gonna after the NFT mint that's happening next month, all that money they're earning, most of that money they're earning from the mint just goes right into the liquidity that pairs with the DCX token, and it's just going to stay there. So that'll be a stable, secure coin within the Arbitrum ecosystem that you can buy and then play the game, you know, buy up some NFT heroes, go compete in these contests, these seasonal contests, be so fun. Okay, so it's a lot more simple, but this is such a huge, massive, dynamic ecosystem. This is how it works. This is how we can have decentralized finance actually working. And then it's building blocks as time goes on. We'll be able to hopefully, I mean, this is our dream, right? To replace the banks. That's the goal. That's what Terra Luna was trying to do. Didn't work. Disaster. Okay. That's a different animal though. This does not have a stable coin. It has USDC stable coin, okay, but not a decentralized stable coin. Maybe someday we'll be able to get a decentralized stable coin that's actually sustainable, that can't get, you know, maliciously attacked and then crash on down to zero. That's what happened with UST, the Terra Luna stablecoin. These use kind of the mainstream stable coins for now. That's what we have, but new projects, new people new coins can come in here. Okay. And so for now, I'm kind of using Bitcoin as my stable coin because I don't trust any of the stable coins all that much because they're all tied to the banks. Okay. So in this ecosystem, it's going to be so fun. We're going to have normal, average Joe people in the world coming to adopt and want to play this game. Well, if you want to play this game, you got to have Crystal. You got to have Jade. You got to have this decentralized exchange. That's how this can sustain itself long term. There's other solutions too, things like osmosis, but osmosis is way down because it's so inflationary. What's the real utility? What's the purpose of holding the osmosis coin? It has to incentivize people to actually want to buy it. And how most of these DEXs work, they only incentivize you to hold the osmosis coin to pair it with other coins and then yield farm with it. Well, eventually, someone's left holding the bag in that scenario. So what these protocols are trying to do, they're trying to figure out utility. Well, the ones that will last will have the most utility. And I can't think of anything better in all of decentralized finance than a fun, awesome game that has real world adoption from your normal average Joe people that want to come in and play the game. Then also you're going to have your other normal average Joe people that are like, hey, I can yield farm there. Maybe they don't want to play the game, but they can yield farm there. That's even your NFT heroes in this game can essentially be used as yield farmers, okay? And because they get items when they quest, you can get a bot, you can get those questing on their own. There's all kinds of solutions within the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem. You can bot your heroes, and then they're getting items in a quest, and you can just dump those items if you want. But where's the demand for those items? There's all kinds of demand, baby, for those items. For those who want to play the game, you got to have those items. If you want to craft new weapons for the game, if you want to hatch eggs, you got to have these items. If you want to summon heroes, you got to have these items. If you want to craft weapons, you got to have these items. Woo! If you want to do a lot of the different things going on, there's all kinds of things going on in this ecosystem. And the big picture of all this is why I'm so bullish for so many different reasons on this game, DeFi Kingdoms, baby, and other games too. Games like, who knows, Mind Games in there in Arbitrum. Okay, that's how this has to work. We have to have decentralized finance. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It all starts breaking down, baby. Okay, who do we got in here? Let's get to some questions. All right, we're 26 minutes in. Take a little time. Starbuck in the house. Skiller, any questions? Let's go. People. Sarge, I love you. Sarge, Eric's here. Good people. DeFi is good without an actual product. A token of invention is either totally bad or at best an amateurized opportunity to redistribute wealth. That's right. You have to have strong utility of the token that you're earning, or like with Uniswap, you're not earning a whole bunch of interest. But in that ecosystem, a lot of the liquidity that's provided is provided by teams, and it's like essentially the LP is renounced or it's burned. The team won't ever touch it, and it will forever be there. Just like we talked about the other night with the Ponzi token, baby. We're in here. We're buying up some Ponzi. All right. You got to check that video. It's the next meme coin that's actually for real, but it's also 100% meme coin called Ponzi. It's hilarious. I love you guys. Let's go, baby. Large and in charge. Yes, we are live. Vibes. Yeah. DeFi is definitely not dead. Okay, but DeFi has gone through a lot. Most of it doesn't sustain itself. Here's, in my view, the number one most sustainable DeFi protocol that I can think of anywhere is by far DeFi Kingdoms, baby. And Jewel, the DeFi Kingdoms primary token that you want to own, is by far, in my book, it is unequivocally the coin that has the biggest upside in all of crypto. It's a micro cap coin. We're talking, it's not even a $20 million market cap, baby. And it's deflationary. It's fully circulating. If on coin market cap, okay, you got to look at it doesn't work for CoinGecko because of CoinGecko is just looking at the Harmony Jewel token. Jewel's not on Harmony anymore. We bounced the Harmony blockchain after the bridge hack, and it's difficult to update that with CoinGecko. We did finally get it updated with CoinMarketCap, okay? And the reason why it doesn't show that it's all circulating is because if you want to play this game, you get your Jewel, you put it in the jeweler. The jeweler, to do that, okay, you earn interest in Jewel. Well, how does that work with Jewel? Well, when you're playing the game, all the things that are happening in the game, the jade and crystal, every time it's used, 15% of that is auto sold and supplies the jeweler. Also, some of the DEX trading fees is in there and it supplies the jeweler. Okay, so it auto buys Jewel. Okay, and in a curve-like way, we're incentivized to put our Jewel in the jeweler. We earn interest. Okay, and you stake it away, you put it in there, and that's how we can play the game and get in-game what's called power-ups. It's also it's governance, yes, but it's a whole lot more than governance. In-game power-ups. Okay, so what a beautiful, phenomenal, big brains, sustainable ecosystem with Jewel is all circulating except what's in the jeweler. Okay, not a bunch of Jewel getting dumped on the market anymore. They changed the tokenomics with that, and they separated the power tokens, which also have big utility, but those are more inflationary. But it's what we got to have to play the game. That's what you're earning in the DEX. Okay, they separated Jewel from the power tokens. That was a tokenomics change. That's why we're still waiting on CoinGecko getting updated in there. But as people start realizing DeFi is not dead, just like Vibes is saying here, DeFi is going to survive. We're going to make it. We're going to be innovative and keep going. Okay, and keep building like building blocks and keep doing better with this. Okay, and as this continues, this ecosystem, the utility for Jewel is immense. And more Jewel keeps getting locked away in that jeweler. We can't access it. When you do that, if you want to play the game, that's how this works. Ideally, you want to lock it away for 3 years. That's how you get your biggest bang for your buck in both interest earning and in the power-ups in the game. Okay, and then plus, we're already at what, 1.2 million Jewel burned. It's the gas fee for their own blockchain. 50% of all that gas, Jewel, gets burned. Baby. Okay. It's phenomenal. I love this. Okay. DFK Hero NFTs store all the experience and stat gains data. Tapping into that awesome value and utility is what makes owning Jewel so important. I love it. Eric's here. How high do you think Jewel can hit this mini bull run? I don't know about mini bull run. I'm not good at short-term trading, not real good at it. I get better as time goes on. I've been in crypto for a long time, been in crypto since 2015, and I've learned everything the hard way. And one of the things I've learned is you're kind of just better off finding the projects you believe in with real world utility, the tokens. What you always want to ask yourself, why do I own this token? What's the utility? Why do I own Uniswap? Why would I want to own Uniswap? Why would I want to own Arbitrum token? What's the utility there? Like with Arbitrum, you don't even have all that, I don't know about even the voting rights. Now, the Arbitrum ecosystem's great. The Uniswap DEX is phenomenal. They're the best. Okay, but why do I need their token? Okay, that's what we got to ask ourselves. Ethereum, endless utility. Bitcoin, store of value. That's like replacing gold. You can't hack it. It's the safest, cleanest crypto to earn. That's the way to go in Ethereum. Those are your safest 2 coins. All kinds of utility for Ethereum all over the place in all these different blockchains. Okay. And then Binance Coin, all kinds of utility for that for so many different reasons. They're by far the biggest DEX. You want to hold the Binance Coin, and you want to get into DeFi. You want the Binance Coin, all different kinds of reasons to own Binance Coin. And it's deflationary. Binance Coin, they burned like 92% now of all Binance Coin is burned. Okay, and then good. Avalanche token. Why do we need Avalanche token? Well, in order to create a subnet, I have to get 500,000 Avalanche tokens and provide for the validators. Okay, all kinds of utility going with Avalanche, Cosmos, all kinds of utility. And spite the narratives with Cosmos, I can tell you right now, there are so many mind-blowing reasons why you got to have the Cosmos coin for so many different reasons. For one, it's the gas token, but also in all these different protocols, all these different blockchains, is it like Avalanche where you have to have the Cosmos token in order to do the validators? No. But within all those different ecosystems, Cosmos is kind of, usually the main coin, and you're going to need it for lots of different reasons. When it becomes more and more EVM compatible, like Kava, all these different reasons, you're going to Cosmos, super bullish. Okay. So you want to go through all the coins. You got to have Chainlink. You got to own it. It's like as blue chip as it gets, Chainlink. These are the tokens you want to get. And for me, it's Jewel, baby. I'm surprised Chainlink isn't in it. We got to get more coins into the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem, baby. Yes, Kevin Porter. Love you guys. DeFi is here-fi. I love it. I'd like to see a 1-year window. Okay, so back to that question. I don't know about short term for Jewel, but I believe Jewel's upside is easily $100 per token. Not financial advice, boys and girls. Believe it or not, believe it or not, I am not. I know this might shock you. I am not your personal financial advisor. I know that shocks you. That might shock you because of my amazing brilliance and high levels of intelligence and good looks here. I'm just a guy on your screen on YouTube. So for whatever reason, I guess we got to say that we're not your personal financial. I am not even at all a personal financial advisor for anyone. I'm a guy sitting in his house on YouTube. Yes, YouTube. Yes. So $100. Now, will it hit that in this next bull run? It all depends on the adoption. Okay. So another thing you want to look at in projects, how good are they at spreading the word, the messaging, the marketing? Well, DeFi Kingdoms, you might think, I would say that's still their biggest weak point. But compared to Cosmos, for example, Cosmos is not, they got like nothing, when it comes to it. They're just all a bunch of high IQ nerd geek out guys. Okay. And that's why Cosmos isn't a top 10 coin, on my opinion. But other projects, Polygon, Avalanche, they're much better at that. And that's why we'll probably see them in the top 10. And DeFi Kingdoms has a lot going. We're hoping and praying. I believe they're going to be on this TV show, Next Crypto Gem, the weight token, Hourglass Weight, okay, which is also going to have lots of utility for that token, okay, and all kinds of things going on all over the place. And Jet is Mr. Make It Happen. And I think this TV show that is going to be on primetime cable TV, primetime direct TV, it's going to be on Amazon Prime. I believe DeFi Kingdom is going to be on there. We're going to have George talking about it again. We're going to have other influencers talking about DeFi Kingdoms. Once again this week, we've had Hustle hobnobbing with those guys now. Guess what Hustle's doing again yesterday? Hustle totally gave DeFi Kingdoms. He said, I think it's going to be big in the next bull run. Said it on his show yesterday. So right now, Jewel, there's about 36.7 million Jewel locked up. If you come here in the description below, you can find the DeFi Kingdoms Discord. It tells us right here, Jewel is all the way down to 16 cents, which is mind-blowing. Crystal and Jade also way down. Okay, and this little ticker, 35.8 million Jewel. I think I said 36.7. I meant to say 35.7, but it's actually 35.8, which means, okay, look, we're almost pushing 1.8 million crystal burned. Okay. There's been another 100,000 Jewel locked away in the jeweler over this past day or two, because it was at 35.6 just the other day. Okay. We're just about up to 1.2 million Jewel burned, baby. Oh, okay. Levi, my man, my best friend in the house, baby. Yes. Okay. Here's how I evaluate this. Levi, we look at the tokenomics. For one, there's a total supply of Jewel of 125 million Jewel in circulation, minus the 1.2 million Jewel burned. You got it. That's burned out of forever, out of existence. So now we're down, and soon it'll be 2 million Jewel burned. Okay. So then we'll be down to 123 million Jewel. Then on top of that, we just had another 100,000 Jewel put away, staked away in the jeweler, because when we play this game, and that's going to up significantly here soon with the egg hatching event, the pet power-ups, we're going to need more Jewel staked for the power-ups. So currently we're pushing 36 million Jewel locked away for 3 years. Okay. And all the utility also, pretty much all the rest of the Jewel is in the gardens for the liquidity. Okay, that's for DeFi, decentralized finance, baby. Okay, that's how this whole thing works in the first place. You got to have, and it's yield farming. Okay, and it's actually very, very low, the amount. So it's only going to go up as people find out about DeFi Kingdoms, as sentiment is renewed in this ecosystem. That's how you find this could all go to zero. All of it could go to zero. This project could die. That's the risk. But here's the thing. The fundamentals for this ecosystem has never been stronger. The president, dreamer, he left Goldman Sachs. He was a Goldman Sachs executive, he's the president of DeFi Kingdoms, baby. They got the dream team of all dream teams in this ecosystem. And they actually, the core values of the team, very strong. They look out for the best interests of others, even over their own best interests. They have all these partnerships going. The game is going to be phenomenal. With partnered up with Wisdom Gaming. Just visited it a couple months ago. Was out there, met Pervy Sage, baby, developing out this game. He and his team, along with the team of DeFi Kingdoms, they're developing the game. It's so fun. There's all kinds of things going. You got to have Jewel. You got to have the power tokens. And all of it is burning. Okay. Now the power tokens, they're down so much now because the users of the ecosystem were only around 500 people, daily active users or less. That's because the Harmony Bridge hack happened. The sentiment is down. But when this game gets on this TV show and some of these other marketing opportunities, there's a lot of things in the pipeline and in the bull run. Everybody, once again, just like last year, right now, at this time last year, we had 55,000 daily active users. That's going to come back. They're going to come back. There's going to be utility. I believe that this could easily get up to where there's 1 million daily active users. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to need to buy up some Jewel. Okay. And then everyone's going to want to participate in the yield farming, or everyone's going to want to be playing the game. You're going to have Jewel, baby. That's why, Levi, my man. Yes. Instead of putting your money in the banks, this magic internet money where, hey, the Fed, they're like, no worries. I got you. We just print some more money out of thin air. We bail you out. We got you. They just create new magic internet money out of thin air. Doesn't happen here with Jewel. It's deflationary, not inflationary. They pass another bill. They're going to keep, they're going to raise they're voting for it to raise the credit, the government debt and the credit limits. Okay. They will be printing more. They're going to flip on the money printer again. It's coming. Okay. And the dollar now, although now they're trying to curb inflation now, it's a ticking time bomb, baby. Yep. 20,000 new users to sell their house. That's what we do here, baby. That's what we do, Levi. We sell our kidneys. We sell our wives. And we're mindlessly irresponsible with our money. Here's what we do. We get in here. We buy up some Ponzi. We buy up some Jewel, baby. You saw my video the other day on Ponzi. I love it. So fun. Tokenomics, baby. An excellent term for evaluating the number. Oh my gosh. You're nuts. You're nuts. This man is crazy. South Park backs up the term's definition. I love it. I love it, Levi. Oh, okay. Anything else? I think I'm going to wrap up here. Boys and girls, happy Friday. Happy weekend. We're going to keep them coming, baby. We're going to keep these videos coming. Here's how DeFi will sustain itself. And here's how yield farming can survive. You got to have utility for the earning token. That's it. And you always want to ask yourself, why do I want to right now, for example, why do I want to come in here and buy some cake token? Why do I want to do that? Why do I want the Trader Joe token? It's got to have strong utility outside of just farming, pairing up. And they're trying to do that. Nothing touches DeFi Kingdoms with a 10-foot pole in this regard. We're going to have average Joes out there want to just come in here and they don't care about crypto. They just want to come in here and play this game. I think this game is going to be that good. It's phenomenal. It's big brains. Woo, baby. Yes. Just getting warmed up. Actually, Eric, George, I am George. We're all George. Pretty much the #1 crypto YouTuber out there as far as viewing hours. He's the #1 crypto YouTuber as far as viewing hours in the world. Okay. He's been mentoring me, baby. And it's like, we got to stick at 45 minutes, which is right now. And he's helping me. It's nuts. My head's been spinning. All kinds of things going on. All kinds of things going on with DeFi Kingdoms. Right now, we got the Dark Summoning event happening. Starting this weekend or next week, all the mega giga super crazy psycho patch is coming with all the massive updates. It's going to be by far the game's biggest upgrade ever in history, of DeFi Kingdoms history. It's going to be a game changer, baby. Let's go. I love you guys. Crypto Grady out.